There is a camera that I believe is the most suitable for use in school, a creative tool for the era of social media for everyone, a life recorder, a great travel companion, and a good campus partner. Countless netizens have used this little thing to capture the most beautiful moments in their lives, and it has accompanied me through almost my entire high school life. As I just step into my college journey, I finally welcome its 6th iteration. Let's welcome the DJI Osmo Action 6. When you hear the words 1 1/10 inch and variable aperture together, do you think it's a phone manufacturer launching their flagship? Sorry, but this is the technology equipped in an action camera. Does the increased sensor resolution always stay at 5K or even more boldly at 6K?
But interestingly, its resolution is still 4K. Hearing this, you might be as puzzled as I am. Clearly, the Osmo 360 with the same sensor can achieve 5K in single lens mode, so why, with a larger sensor and improved processing power, does the resolution remain at 4K? Do you remember that the Osmo 360 actually uses a square sensor? That square shape definitely has a natural advantage in panoramic cameras, but what effect does it have on an action camera?
You can think of it as the front camera of this year's new iPhone, where users are no longer limited by the holding angle. You can shoot vertical videos while holding it horizontally, and horizontal videos while holding it vertically, with the same image quality and frame rate for both. But I have to say, what attracts me most about the Action 6 is this 1:1 full open mode, because only kids worry about whether to shoot horizontally or vertically. Adults want it all.
That's right, all the Action 6 footage just shown was directly enlarged from a 1:1 frame. With the image quality already slightly better than the previous generation, the frame size has increased by about 40%. It's like transitioning from a regular screen to an IMAX experience. One shoot can simultaneously capture both horizontal and vertical footage. This is the first time I've experienced the feeling of a panoramic camera on an action camera. Although I previously liked GoPro's 8:7 sensor, please allow me to criticize a bit. As a veteran action camera manufacturer, GoPro's hardware progress is extremely conservative for some reason. The sensor area alone between these two companies has already widened by nearly 70%. Without progress, elimination is only a matter of time. Speaking of progress, DJI has actually pulled out a trump card this time, which is the variable aperture. In the past, most action cameras on the market were generally wide focus cameras because without a focusing module, the image would always be blurry when shooting close-up objects. But Action, in essence, is still a rugged and durable action camera, and the addition of a focusing module will inevitably affect its durability. So could the change in aperture help alleviate this phenomenon to some extent? So DJI has managed to fit a variable aperture module into the compact body of the Action. When facing people, the aperture opens to f2.8 with a minimum focusing distance of 35 centimeters, providing the highest resolution. In low light, the aperture opens to f2.0 to ensure sufficient light intake. You can see the difference compared to the Action 5 Pro in normal mode is quite noticeable. When facing still objects, the aperture is reduced to f4.0 with a minimum focusing distance of 20 centimeters. If you pair it with this official macro lens, you can even shoot videos with background blur. Although it still can't get as close as a phone's ultra-wide angle, it somewhat alleviates the issue of action cameras not being able to get too close. Another point is, how is the durability of an action camera with a variable aperture?
I think just my own rough handling of it cannot represent everything. I believe that after it hits the market, a wide range of users will test its limits. Now that we've finished discussing image quality, we can finally talk about other changes in the Action 6. At first glance, it seems like the design of the Action hasn't changed much since the 3rd generation. This generation has dropped the Pro from its name, and the color temperature sensor is no longer confined to that small letter O. The body texture has gone from the fine grain of the Action 4 to the coarse grain of the Action 5 Pro, and back to the fine grain of the Action 6. However, due to the addition of larger optical components and a variable aperture, the body of the 6th generation is bulkier than the previous generation. The increase in size means you can no longer use the cages from previous Action models. Fortunately, the battery and interfaces are still our old friends. This 1950 mAh battery has already been used in 4 camera models. However, one thing to note is that DJI has changed the polarity of the magnets in the interface, so now it can magnetically attach on both sides like the Nano. If you have the old magnetic version, you can still use it, but you need to apply a slight reverse force during installation. It's not very elegant, but it is still somewhat compatible. So this is my sharing after using the Action 6 for a period of time. This camera should accompany me for quite a long time in the future, and I also believe this camera can become a good assistant for more people to record their lives. The Osmo Action product line is really special to me. It was the starting point for me to seriously document my life, and also the beginning of my journey as a blogger. From Action 4 to Action 5 Pro and then to Action 6, I didn't expect this little guy to have been with me for so many years. But rather than just playing the clips I shot to end this video, let's take a look at my friends who, as real users, captured footage in their lives. After all, only what you have personally filmed and truly experienced can be called recording life.
毕竟是都来过，请问您是否放手？
留下来学习的人，他不关公开。